How's everybody doing? I'm so sorry that I just didn't have the time to do the videos in a sequential fashion because the 19th is tomorrow. It's my birthday, and I'm getting ready to fly out, and I'm going to do a lot of preparations, packing, getting the house together because my house is under renovation, so we're taking care of that. And then I got my plays that I'm preparing for, opening night is October 8th for my youth company, and then my adult theater company, Dignity, a play that's already running, will reopen again downtown by the end of September. So I got a children's play in the making, which is opening is on the 8th of October, and I still have my adult play still running. So I had to hire a few managers and to manage my play while I'm away. And at the same time, I also enrolled back in school. I'm still at Columbia, and at Columbia University, and I'm still, working on my master's, my postgraduate, the anthropology. I haven't done the series in a while. I have to write a couple of essays. So it's a lot going on my birthday. And I have a major doctor's appointment tomorrow on my birthday. So it's been a little hectic. But I'm going to try to finish this series because I leave on the 21st, So by the 21st, I want to be completed with the water and earth compatibility signs. A lot of people are asking me to do other signs like Virgo and Sag or Scorpio and Sag, which is water and fire. I'm going to do conflicting elements on another series. When I finish with water, earth, I'm going to talk about fire, air, which is another compatibility. And then I'm going to go into the conflicting elements like water, fire, or air, earth, and all the other signs, in between. So that is also going to be covered, but that's going to be done, the conflicting elements, on another series. While I do the compatibility elements, one series is the earth and water, and another series is the fire and air. And then there's another series that deals with the conflicting elements, in which I discuss the combination of other signs and other elements. Okay, so we are still dealing with water and earth, and we are going to be talking about continuing to talk about Mr. Pisces or Mrs. Pisces and the compatibility of a mutable water with that of a cardinal, mutable, and fixed earth. It is still simpatical. It is still compatible for the most part in the general scheme of things, because when we talk about compatibility, understand that everyone is different. I also get a lot of comments and some people are actually offended by some of the things that I put on YouTube about the compatibility of the signs or the descriptions of the signs. I get a lot of heat from those of you who are Sagittarius, especially the women, not so much the men, but the women seem to be a little bit upset or use harsh tone, as Miss Sagittarius very eloquently does, in feeling that some of my descriptions are not accurate to not right at all. And of course, they let me know that the November Sagittarius seem to be in opposition to some of the information that I'm putting on YouTube concerning Sagittarius. And there is a distinct difference between the November Sag and the December Sag. Unfortunately, you could write a book about these signs. And remember, there's 4 main types, 12 subtypes, and then 30 other subtypes. So there's a lot. It's very complex, and it's difficult to cover the accuracy of everything under 25 minutes, part 1, part 2, part 3. It'll take a series to do one sign. So, and because the human attention span is not that long, I have to kind of be discriminative as to what to say. Usually with these women that have addressed those concerns online, I have proposed to do a special video on Sag women, November Sag women, to kind of like clear the air, or because it seems that I'm getting a lot of mail and also not so kind male. I mean, I don't think they're being offensive and rude. You know, they're being honest, like they really know how to be. So I'm going to be more specific with November Sagittarius than December, even though there is a nice coverage for the most part of all of them, of all the subtypes. But continuing with Pisces. Pisces does very well with Virgo. Now, we discussed it before. We discussed, but we didn't go really into it true detail as far as one side with the other. Now, you have to understand two things. Number one, when you think of Virgo and Pisces, remember, they both share an opposite polarity to each other. So, one is the dreamer and one is the healer. The healer, of course, is Virgo. And the dreamer is Pisces. But Virgo can also be a dreamer, and Pisces can be the healer. When Pisces feels good about himself or herself, that's when they can be the best healers to any situation, to themselves, and even to the environment. If they are cheerful and happy and vibrating good energy, a plant that's dying can actually look more lustrous, will look more alive because of the energy of Pisces. But when Pisces is upset, as usually it will always be, because the tides are always changing with Pisces, then it can truly be a very morbid, almost hellish place to be when you are surrounded with Pisces, when she's not or he's not feeling the basic sense of self, you know. So to fuse the two together, the Virgo can be a great support. Virgo can understand Pisces, and Virgo can connect emotionally to Pisces, and therefore act as an anchor. Think of a ship, and it has it's an anchor. Virgo is the anchor, while the ship is Pisces. So therefore, the ship doesn't drift away into the tempestuous ocean. There's a, anchoring it in the floor. That's Virgo, which is solid concrete or metal, always metal, iron, and it symbolizes earth. So psychologically, you can say that the sustainability and the mental stability of Pisces really depends on a partner that understands the subtleties of Pisces and honors that in Pisces. And therefore, and because Virgo is the opposite of Pisces and represents the subconscious of Pisces, Virgo will instantly know what the Pisces person needs and wants. And Virgo, more than the Capricorn and Taurus brothers, will be more willing to bend over backwards to please Mr. or Mrs. Pisces. Because Virgo's happiness and sense of worth and value is upon how well he's treated, based on how well he's needed. If he feels needed, then he's going to be completely selfless. Virgo, when Virgo acts from a selfless devotion, he's drawing on Pisces, which is the sign of dissolution, where the ego dies and you surrender completely back to the source, back to the creator, back to God, back to the Ein Sof. So understand that type of subtlety in Pisces, both man and woman, will never be satisfied and will never be understood if the person with whom the Pisces is having a relationship with is not paying attention. The person has to be present 24/7 when they're dealing with Pisces, because Pisces can detect and pick up any subtlety. Now, when it comes to mutual exchange of ideas, compatibility and companionship, they can truly enjoy each other's company. Understand that both of them working together can actually increase the lifespan. because it's the subconscious and conscious merged into one. It's a perfect union and a perfect harmony. You know, Virgo can also be exceptionally loyal, excellently loyal to Pisces. If he's in love with you, Virgo will be loyal. He will be loyal. He's not going to cheat on you. He's not going to betray you. And we talked about Virgo. There are many kinds of Virgos, but all of them get slain when they fall in love. When they fall in love, the trickster part of Virgo is over. Gone. Now he has merged and become complete. Virgo needs that. And Virgo can be that to someone else. There has to be a mutual appreciation and respect for each other's sensitivity. Because Virgo is very sensitive. And so is Pisces. Even the most shrewd of Pisces. And there's some of them out there that they seem like they're Aries more than they are Pisces. And that could very well be because both signs kind of overlap each other, right? The serpent biting its own tail, that's Pisces, Aries, back and forth. One is Aries, one is Pisces, one is Pisces, one is Aries. You know, it depends on which side of the wheel you're going. So you have a lot of Pisces out there that can be real dirty, rotten scoundrels. But even they understand that it's all part of the game. Pisces is more understanding of life's trappings and life's disappointments and life's illusions, that it actually mocks life. This happens with the Pisces becomes a lot older, you know, and a little battle scar from all the hardships and pains and tough lessons it had to learn the hard way, you know. Virgo will award Pisces a sense of peace, a sense of calmness that's so desperately needed, you know, and that is the greatest gift that Virgo can offer Pisces. Now, another thing that you have to that is also very true of both of these signs is that both of them have something to learn from each other. Whenever you meet your opposite polarity, and it doesn't matter if it's even if you're a Virgo and you attract a Pisces, best believe that you have something to learn from the person that you're attracting, because that's your polar opposite. So if you're a Sagittarius and you attract a Gemini, which is your polar opposite of Sagittarius, then you have something to learn from that Gemini. Or maybe you have something to bestow to the Gemini, who's like your little cousin, we can say. Remember, the opposite polarities are the opposition. Lack of awareness. If there's lack of awareness or self-awareness within you, you're going to attract your opposite polarity to give you that awareness of yourself. That person then is going to become like a mirror to you. Understand what it means when you attract a partner that is the opposite sign of you. That's usually a karmic connection. And it doesn't always have to be good. It could be bad too. Okay. So that's one thing. Another good point to talk about is that Pisces is a selfless sign. A selfless sign and can be a devoted partner. If he's in love, yes. But sometimes, you know, that Jekyll and Hyde and that Virgo trickster, you know, because Pisces, you know, especially the men, they just don't know how to keep it in their pants. And this might sound like a negative statement because not all Pisces men obviously are promiscuous in that way, but a good bunch of them are. So you got to be quite a woman that's self-controlled, self-possessed, and know what you want for the Pisces man to stay on toe-to-toe. You are going to have to be very knowledgeable about your man, Mr. Pisces man, for you to keep him because he will, again, not that he means to, but he could be apt to disappoint because, it's just Pisces. It's just Pisces. Both signs are very mutable and adaptable and flexible. Okay? Both of them. And that's why it also works. That's why it also works. Because they're mutable, simpatico. Now, with Taurus, you have a different situation. With Taurus, you have more of a even though it's earth and water and they're simpatico, Taurus can present a problem for Pisces. Because you see, Taurus is not going to have much tolerance for game. It's a very no-nonsense sign. Very no-nonsense. And it's about money, getting business done, establishing a routine, and spending time, quality time with Mr. or Mrs. Taurus. And not just with him or her, but with the family. Because Taurus is very family oriented. The moon is exalted in Taurus. So Taurus represents permanence, continuity, reliability. As I rock back and forth on my chair, I always get to know that it's going to go up and then it's going to go down. And then from down it's going to go up and down. It's a cause and effect because the spring is and the chair is designed that way. That's Taurus. There's a routine with Taurus. And the routine is not just physical, it's also psychological. And the Taurian psychology is also fixed. And what molded to be fixed was the psychological upbringing and raising and the environment and decade in which the Taurian came from and was molded and developed from. And because Taurus has a very strong bond to family values, to tried and true methods, to gingerly moving strategically towards a goal and a plan, it will become that much more disturbed when they deal with a Pisces. Because Pisces is the antithesis to all of that. Pisces does not represent all those values that I just discussed about Taurus, despite the fact that they are simpatico, mutable signs. And that can confuse people, mess people up in the head. You see, the one that will be most uncompromising in a relationship when you deal with the practical side of life will be Taurus. So if Taurus is dating a Pisces, man or woman, especially if it's a man Pisces with a Taurus woman, if it's a man Pisces with a Taurus woman, she will leave him. And she don't care how good the sex is. Remember, the opposite polarity of Taurus is Scorpio, the sex sign. So, of course, she's going to enjoy a Pisces man, of course. Or woman, if it's a Taurus man. But the thing is that, there is no power of the pussy or power of the dick when it comes to a Taurus. They'll put it right here. Okay, here you go. Bye. Because it's got to be more than that with Taurus. That money got to be in place. And if you don't got that money, you better have a job. And if you don't have a job, then you better be in school to get the job. And it helps if you got a part-time job or two while you're going to school, because you're doing 3 in 1. Now you got a Taurus woman or man juiced up. Nothing is more sexy to a Taurus man or woman than money and the prospect of money, because it lends security. And once you got that security, then you can play. The thing is that Pisces may appear to the outside looking in that he wants to play too much, and that he's unstructured and undisciplined, and he's fair weathered and will change on you in the drop of a hat if the tides pull him elsewhere. And that very well may be, but that doesn't mean that the Pisces man is not going to deliver the goods, or that he doesn't have other merits. You know, unfortunately, with a Pisces man or woman, it's a beautiful thing if they ever find a job that they like, a profession that they like and that they're good at. Because if they're not, they can drift through life aimlessly, or what it appears to be aimlessly, trying to find their way. It might be that that's part of the journey. And if that is part of the journey, then a relationship with a Taurus can be kind of conflicting, because the Pisces will run away from conflict, while Taurus will confront it head on if they have to. Taurus will handle crisis, and it's a great manager when it comes to crisis. Pisces, not so much. Not if it lends to their own crisis. Now, they are exceptional in helping others through their crisis. But when they fall in crisis, it seems like they don't know how to pull themselves out of it, and they might need rescued themselves. And Taurus will be that rescuer. But everything has a price with Taurus. And now with Capricorn, if you're dealing with, it depends. If you're dealing with a Capricorn man, he might not be too turned off if the Pisces seems weak. Or again, I'm using the word seems. The Capricorn man is not going to be too upset if the fish woman appears weak. Because Capricorns like to control and they like to influence. And their need for respect and honor, it's so great that to have someone that may need coaching or grooming, or even a couple of knocks, hard knocks, may be just what is needed to him for him to feel needed and fulfilled and powerful. The problem is that this can be abused, because Pisces is the sign of the victim, and they can easily fall into abusive patterns with Mr. Capricorn. If it's a female Capricorn with a Pisces man, she won't take him seriously. Eventually, she won't take him seriously if he doesn't deliver the goods, because the Earth Queen, Capricorn, Miss Capricorn, is not going to waste her time with no fool. And to her, the actions of a Pisces man appear foolish. She will not care to dig deeper to understand what's really going on. All she sees is all she judges. And if it's not all right with the Earth Queen, Cardinal Earth of Miss Capricorn, then I don't see a very lasting relationship with a Pisces man unless she's really into the sex and is a young Capricorn woman, you know. But a mature Capricorn woman past her prime is not going to throw away her future and her powerful ambitions for a good piece of, you know, bone. That's not her. So now, if it's a Capricorn man, he'll keep a woman like that as a sparrow and nurture it and groom it and direct it to his will. So the Capricorn woman, the Pisces woman, has to be strong if she's going to be with the devil. The Capricorn man is serious business. And he very easily can be fair weather concerning if he's going to respect you or not, because he has already measured you to be a particular worth to him. And if it doesn't work, it ain't gonna fly. And we're done with part 4.